What's up everyone? I would like to make a comprehensive Resident Evil 9 video to connect all clues, show what is known, and reveal what this game finally is. I hope you will enjoy. Resident Evil 9 Requiem is an action survival horror game coming to us on February 27, 2026 on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. The game was announced in a very trolley way at Summer Game Fest 2025 in LA on June 6 last week. It was the very last game to be showcased, and oh boy, did it take a hit. To say I did not attend in person was standing the live stream from Europe for 5 hours, and still am thrilled with what we are getting is a poor, uncivilized understatement. The sheer disbelief that RE9 is finally being revealed enlightened my soul to the brim. From what I've seen, dude, you better pack fast, cause this baby ain't no easy deal. The first thing we see in the announcement trailer is an FBI facility somewhere in the US in which Grace Ashcroft, daughter of Raccoon City incident survivor Alyssa Ashcroft, is called to her boss's office ad hoc. We learn that Grace is an investigative analyst and is currently searching for clues leading up to strange deaths occurring on individuals that may be related. Upon entering the chief's office, Grace is asked to go back to her past and revisit the dark and gruesome things she had once left behind. Immediately, she begins getting flashbacks of what appears to be an abandoned hotel or a care facility, probably in Raccoon City, or another damp location. We can see a hooded man who seems to have some sort of mutation or infection going on. For me, personally, it reminds me much of Los Iluminados. We learn that the Remwood Hotel, the place of said flashbacks, is where Grace's mother was murdered 8 years prior to the game action time. We can speculate that RE9 takes place in 2025, so I would bet 2017 to be the year. Funnily enough, in RE7 we can find a paper with a criminal article written by no other than Alyssa. She probably overdid the looking. Anyway, Grace exhibits major PTSD and even takes physical action in the office by trying to step away from the conversation. The motive of relation to the murder site is creative, yet a bit saturated when it comes to Grace being delicate and emotional, having lost her mother and living in a world of injustice and unforgivable acts. On top of which, sending an analyst to a remote location is very dangerous considering Grace's lack of tactical skill. The hooded man appears to be kidnapping and killing people in order to achieve something he very much needs. In another sequence, we may see a mystery man sitting in an old armchair with white, unkempt hair slinging back of his head, talking how Grace is the chosen one. He seems to be old, I'd say 80 or more, and in front of him there is a fireplace and a gramophone. This reminds me of a Resident Evil character that started certain company and tried to achieve something. There are many options. The next thing we can see in the trailer is the barren Raccoon City. This is the first official look at what remains of once a proper town full of secret labs and conspiracy. Much of the city is completely destroyed with a bunch of areas still intact. We are offered more memories or flashbacks to conversations and shots from the past and or different locations, although it is unclear what that could be. After the introductory part, we are thrown alive into the action horror part of the reveal, the rescue part. Grace is shown being tied upside down at a barren location, probably in Raccoon. She calls for help but for Nye. We learn from insider information that Grace is being taken blood from. Her DNA must play a vital role in the story. We are presented the RPD, destroyed, with remainings like the goddess statue or the front gate. A hotel or different kind of facility with people walking in, people turning into zombies, a giant monster coming off the ceiling. We get a lot. My theory is that we will explore all those locations in some capacity. At SGF 2025, some individuals were shown a 30-minute demo of the game with some shocking reactions. I like the Sphere Hunters one the best. Once I saw it on her Twitter, I knew that this game just cannot disappoint me in any way. Today, a lot of information about the demo and what the game itself presents has been released. We were offered screenshots, some unofficially, audio recordings, and posts about what the demonstrative edition entailed. The demo starts with Grace trying to escape the ties and a blood drawing procedure. She uses a sharp object to cut off the restraints and finally gets down the mechanism. Upon researching the small room, she finds a classic RE1 lighter and makes her way out of the creepy wing. It is dark, ominous, and very survival horror. She finds a book and inspects it, tries to find a themed key to open a door out of the area, and encounters a dead body on her journey. Once she enters another section, a large creature appears, one that resembles a big, mutated, creepy werewolf. Lisa Trevor chomps a body's head off and starts to pursue Grace. The protagonist must escape the abomination and navigates to a room that allows her to catch a breath. She keeps on trying to escape the venue and must be careful not to die. She's not a fighter, and she has to be mindful in her actions. This part is very classic Resident Evil screaming, "Hi, how are ya?" The released screenshots show Grace from many angles, the hotel in a working and barren form. The fact that the chief gave Grace such a weird mission suggests to me that he had been taken mind hostage by an infection himself. I cannot imagine this just happening. It is very similar to what happened in RE7 with Evelyn luring Ethan to the baker's estate for Mia. This is the same director. Hold on to your popcorn. Some have speculated that this mutated giant monster biting people's heads off and chasing Grace is actually her mother, although I am not sure due to the thread miscommunicating with my theory. Mutated, more or less aware, flesh-seeking creatures are a big part of this game. I think there has to be hive mind. I believe that behind all of this, there is one villain we may not see coming. This is Raccoon City we're talking about. From what I've gathered, a lot seems to be obvious, but not all. I want to share what I believe Resident Evil 9 will be. This one connects it all. My theory is that RE9 tells a story of hope, requiem, and redemption. Playing a portion of the game as Grace, we can use the first-person perspective to investigate the burned and destroyed hotel in Raccoon City to learn exactly why, when, and how Alyssa was captured and murdered. Grace will have to deal with emotional trauma, fear, and physical constraints in order to make it out in one piece. I believe that a minor part of the game will feature Grace, 10 to 20%, and from a crucial point, we will change protagonists. We should naturally reunite in two by the end of game. After Grace learns hidden information about her mother's investigation, her motives and story, everything will become clear to her. This will be, sadly, the exact moment she will be captured. The main bad behind all of this is a regenerated Oswald E. Spencer who used the mold strain mutated with a side mutation of the T-virus to transfer his consciousness into a new form, a new, better Spencer. This may take form of someone else being Spencer or just Spencer trying to revive himself. Either way, Spencer has the best motive here. When Grace is trying to solve the case and avenge her mother with going back and releasing everything to end this nightmare, she is taken and unconscious for much of the game. Who is the favorite government-contacted and often order agent for rescue missions? Leon S. Kennedy. I believe the FBI will learn that Dempsey was being controlled and they will try to get someone with experience and knowledge of Umbrella, bioweapons, and a big trophy wall to save the day. Leon will go to Raccoon with a couple people backup, but they will soon be killed. He'll probably hide at a location and then navigate to the main location, the facility. He'll most likely traverse through areas as forests or enter a secret tunnel that leads to a location. There is a big possibility that we'll encounter a cult, community, group. There will be more monsters haunting him than Grace with a big thing. Design and gameplay will feel fantastic. The finale of the game will most likely feature a boss fight with mutated Spencer and his minions, awesome music, and new mechanics. I think that this entry will be revolutionary for the franchise, the genre, and even gaming itself. I am sure we will get the requiem we are looking for with this entry. I cannot wait for more content and playing the demo, and maybe more myself. RE9 will be featured at this year's Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, so I recommend going there because I will. I think Requiem will achieve new grounds. Thank you for taking your time to sit down and hear my theory. I have a strong feeling I will be right. At the time coming, shall support that. If you're still here, please consider subscribing and sharing the video. I would love to hear what you think about my theory and maybe comment down yours. I love Resident Evil and I am sure it will deliver. I can't wait to play this banger. Thanks again and see you in the next video.